It's Angus Clark. I'm coming to you from my hotel room in beautiful Austin, Texas, where I am attending the South by Southwest Festival, and it's going great. I'm just making a quick video to tell you about this guitar, because it's the one I travel with most often, and I'm going to tell you how I got it, how it came to be the one I travel with most often, and why I refer to it as the true Metal Telecaster. The reason I call it the true Metal Telecaster is not really anything to do with how it sounds. It's because I used it on a gig I did when I played with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. We played the Wacken Open Air Festival. They have two stages. One is called the Black Metal stage. The other one is called the True Metal stage. And I was on the True Metal stage. So all my guitars got cased up. This one got put in the case that it came in when I bought it, which is a great case. And I'll tell you about that. And it got labeled with two pieces of red gaff tape, and one said True Metal because it was going to the True Metal stage, and the other one said Tele. And when I got it back after the gig, when I picked up my gear and it was labeled True Metal Tele, I said, well, then that's it. That's this guitar's name. It's the True Metal Telecaster. This is, I think, a 2010 or 2011 American Deluxe Telecaster. I had been wanting to bring in another guitar to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra show, and one funny thing about my relationship with Paul O'Neill, the creator of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, is that I was a Strat player when I got the gig, and it's not a Strat gig, so I had to lean away from that and was playing a bunch of different guitars. Eventually the Gibson Flying V wound up being the #1. The SG, Paul really liked me playing the SG, but one thing that I knew about Paul was that he loved Telecasters. He actually used to play one in his old band, and there are pictures of him with it, and he would always use one on the TSO records. So I said, well, let me get a Telecaster, and I looked on the Fender website, and they had just put out this finish on this Deluxe Telecaster, and I thought it looked great. It's like called this Olympic Pearl, so it's not really Olympic white. It's a little bit creamed out, but it's got a pearlescent thing going on. And this one I particularly like because it has this mother of pearl pickguard and a matching mother of pearl binding, which I thought was really cool. It came with this S1 switching, which is, I think, puts these both pickups in series instead of parallel when you push it in. I haven't really found a use for that sound, to be honest. Came with the Fender noiseless pickups, and I think that the neck one really sounds great. The bridge one did not get enough rock and high output for the TSO and a lot of what I do, honestly. So I put this Seymour Duncan Little 59 for Tele in it, and that wound up being a great. I think I first put the hot rails in it, and that was too much. And then I put this Little 59 for Tele, and this is a great pickup. Has a kind of a searing high end to it that gives you a little more attack, and really made this like a great rock guitar and kind of a great all-around guitar. So I've been really enjoying that. You can find these online for, I think, under $1,500. I don't know, I haven't seen this exact finish. There were a couple things about it when I got it that I was just really not sure about. Like the last time I had a guitar with these locking tuners on it was a while ago, and I was not a fan. It's just not traditional enough for me. But when I got this one, they worked so well, I was just like, can't argue with it. So back to the case it came in, it came in their version of a flight case. And I wasn't overly emotionally attached to this guitar when I bought it. I don't know if I am now, probably more so. But the case was really good, and I just started flying with it in the case and just checking it. I just checked the guitar. And I can talk about the reasons for that as well. But it would show up at the other end of the flight just in tune. You don't have to even slack the strings. You don't have to worry about it. Just pull it back out and it's in tune. And so that's not just the tuners. That's the tuners, That's the stability of the neck. That's just the stability of the neck joint, the bridge, the guitar in general. It just stays in tune. And it's been in the TSO road case, you know, traveling with us every year since I bought it. It wasn't always in the show, wasn't in the show this past year, but it just, the tech would tell me, man, that guitar is always in tune. So it's great. Two other things just to point out about it that have to do with why I opted to go this direction is that, you know, I've flown with a guitar for over 20 years, and you know, musicians love to tell each other stories about, you know, didn't get to bring my guitar on the plane and it made me nervous. I have a great one about that. Or, you know, I you know, stuck to my guns and got my guitar on board, and you know how you fight with the gate agent. And I was one of those dudes. Believe me, I knew every trick in the book. I had the letter from the musicians union and the government ruling about it in my gig bag, and I would pull it out at the drop of a hat, and I could argue a gate agent into, you know, being a sweaty mess. I was just like, what, you guys get yelled at by your boss about letting somebody on for the guitar? Oh man, well, I'm not going to pay the price for that. Why don't we get your supervisor over here? I'll explain it to them. I was that guy. And it just got too tiring. I was just like, man, I don't need it. I don't need the game. I fly too much. I fly too much with a guitar at this point. I was just like, man, I just need a guitar I can check. So enter this guitar being the flying guitar. The only two times something's gone significantly wrong is one time it must have got dropped, and the padding on the bottom end of that case is totally worn down, and this strap lock got pushed right into the wood. So if you know anything about these Dunlop strap locks, they once that happens, you can't get the pin into it anymore. So I just put the old Grolsch solution on that one, and that works great. And then the one time they did not put it in the odd size baggage reclaim, and I had not gaff taped the latches shut, and the latches had fully opened, and the guitar was like sliding out of the case on the recovery belt. And I was like, oh no. And I picked it up there in the airport, still in tune. So it's been really good luck all around. Actually coming here to South by Southwest, it got lost, but it was delivered the next day. So we'll take that as a good omen that it's gonna stick with me for a while. Because I've had it like close to 10 years now, right? Funny thing, the TSA folks, who are great folks, they do a great job for you know, everybody's safety, took it upon themselves to actually, you know, remove all the foam out of the case one time, and now it won't stay back in, and I'll show you what that's like. It's pretty funny. And I'm sad that I'm gonna have to retire the case because it's got a lot of character now. It's all digged up, it's got fragile stickers for years on it and all that kind of stuff, but it's probably gonna have to get replaced. And I happen to know the new one that Fender is making is actually a little better than this older one, so I'm kind of looking forward to that upgrade. But anyway, that's it. That's what I call the true metal Telecaster. The Telecaster has obviously made a great resurgence in hard rock and metal, thanks to Jay Duplantier from Gojira, and of course John 5 uses one. You know, and a few guys have been using the Tele body shape to make really great hard rock, and I enjoy it. It has a classic vibe, but I've got kind of a modern rock sound out of it with, you know, this type of bridge and the little 59. So I highly recommend it. Again, you can find them used. I think that the American Elite Telecaster is what most closely resembles this guitar in terms of the feature set that Fender has going on right now. So if you're looking for something new that ticks all these boxes, that would be the one. but again, I just looked on Reverb, and they go anywhere from 1100 to 1500 used. And it's a great guitar. So that's the Fender American Deluxe Telecaster, my true Metal Tele, a great guitar to travel with. And I'm Angus Clark. If you liked anything about this video and the story, just subscribe to my channel, and there'll be more. All right, bye.